Dot. The old attic was a graveyard of forgotten things, a dusty testament to lives lived and stories untold. For Elara Vance, a historian with a penchant for the peculiar, it was a treasure trove. Her grandmother, a woman as mysterious in life as her belongings were in death, had left behind a house overflowing with eccentricities. Among them, in a forgotten corner beneath a moth-eaten tapestry, Elara found it, a wooden box, intricately carved with symbols she didn't recognize. The box was heavy, its surface smooth under her fingertips despite the grime of decades. It hummed, a faint, almost imperceptible vibration that resonated in her bones. "Just my imagination," she mumbled. But the hum persisted, a silent invitation. She tried to open it, her fingers tracing the delicate etchings, but there was no lock, no obvious latch. It was sealed, as if carved from a single piece of wood. Frustration pricked at her. Elara was used to deciphering old manuscripts, not unyielding puzzles. She spent hours, days even, poring over the box, researching the symbols. They were unlike anything in her extensive knowledge of ancient languages or forgotten cultures. It was as if they belonged to no human civilization. The hum grew stronger, a soft whisper in the quiet attic, almost urging her on. One stormy evening, as lightning cracked across the sky and thunder rattled the old house, Elara was again at the box. A sudden blinding flash illuminated the room, and for a split second she saw it, a faint, almost ethereal glow emanating from the symbols on the box. In an impulsive move, she pressed her palm against the largest, most central symbol. A jolt, like static electricity magnified 1,000 times, shot through her arm. The box trembled violently, then, with a soft click that echoed in the sudden silence after the thunder, it opened. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, was not a jewel or an old letter, but something far stranger. A perfectly smooth obsidian sphere, no larger than her fist. It pulsed with a soft, internal light, shifting between shades of deep indigo and violet. As she reached for it, the sphere lifted slightly, floating a hair's breadth above the velvet. Elara gasped. This was beyond anything she had ever encountered. Her grandmother, a retired astrophysicist, had always been unconventional, but this was otherworldly. The sphere emitted no heat, no discernible energy, yet the hum from the box now emanated from it, clearer and more insistent. It was a harmonic frequency, almost like a song. Driven by an insatiable curiosity that often bordered on recklessness, Elara took the sphere downstairs, placing it carefully on her study desk. It continued to float, rotating slowly, its light painting shifting patterns on the walls. She tried to analyze it, using every tool at her disposal: a spectrum analyzer, a Geiger counter, even an old, dusty oscilloscope she'd inherited. Nothing. It defied every known law of physics. "What are you?" she whispered, her voice barely audible above the sphere's gentle hum. As if in response, the sphere's light intensified, and the hum deepened, creating a faint, localized distortion in the air around it. Suddenly, a series of complex, geometric patterns began to project from the sphere onto the opposite wall. They rotated, merged, and dissolved, like an elaborate cosmic dance. Elara watched, mesmerized, trying to find a pattern, a meaning. Then, amidst the shifting geometry, a single clear image formed, a constellation. Not one she recognized from any terrestrial map, but a distinct cluster of stars, connected by lines of light. And next to it, a smaller, almost imperceptible symbol, like a stylized wave. Elara spent the next few days in a frenzy of research. She cross-referenced astronomical charts, historical star maps, even obscure mythological texts. The constellation was unknown. It simply didn't exist in any known database. The wave symbol, however, nagged at her. It felt familiar, like a half-remembered dream. Her grandmother's journals. Of course! Elara remembered her grandmother always scribbling in leather-bound notebooks. She rushed to the study, pulling out dusty volumes from a locked drawer. Page after page of dense equations, cosmic theories, and philosophical musings. And then, There it was. On the last page of the final journal, a small, hastily drawn sketch. The wave symbol. Beneath it, in her grandmother's elegant, looping handwriting, was a single, cryptic sentence. The hum is the key. Seek the harmonic echo. Harmonic echo. The words resonated with the sphere's constant vibration. Elara reread the journal, searching for clues, for any mention of the box or the sphere. There was nothing direct, only abstract theories about parallel dimensions, interstellar communication, and the possibility of resonant frequencies that could bridge vast distances. Her grandmother had been working on something truly groundbreaking, something she had kept secret even from her own family. The projected constellation on the wall flickered, then reformed, this time with an arrow pointing to one specific star within the cluster. Below it, a series of coordinates. Elara's heart pounded. This wasn't just a curiosity, it was a map. And the hum. It was getting stronger, pulling her towards something unknown. Overwhelmed yet invigorated, Elara knew one thing for sure. Her grandmother hadn't just left her a house. She had left her a legacy of discovery. The sphere was a message, a guide to something incredible, something that lay beyond the conventional understanding of the universe. She had to follow it. The Whispering Anomaly was calling, and Elara, the historian who preferred dusty archives to daring adventures, was about to embark on the most extraordinary journey of her life. Elara spent the next few days in a whirlwind of preparation. The coordinates pointed to a remote region in the Chilean Atacama Desert, a place known for its high-altitude observatories and its stark, otherworldly landscapes. It was a long way from her quiet, book-filled life in the old house. She packed essentials, hiking gear, a satellite phone, notebooks for observations, and, of course, the wooden box in the obsidian sphere, which now rested securely in a specially padded case. The sphere continued its gentle hum, a constant reminder of the mystery that awaited. The journey was long and arduous. Flights, dusty car rides, and finally, a trek across the barren desert under a sky so clear it felt like another dimension. As she got closer to the coordinates, a strange sensation washed over her, a feeling of being pulled, almost magnetically, towards a specific point on the horizon. The hum from the sphere in her backpack intensified, vibrating against her spine. The coordinates led her to a seemingly unremarkable plateau, windswept and desolate. There was nothing there, just rocks and sand stretching as far as the eye could see. Disappointment flickered within her, but then she remembered her grandmother's words. The hum is the key. Elara took out the obsidian sphere and held it in her hand. It pulsed with a soft, insistent light. She closed her eyes, focusing on the vibration, trying to sense any resonance in the environment. Slowly, she began to move, letting the subtle pull from the sphere guide her. After walking for what felt like hours, she noticed a faint anomaly in the distance, a subtle shimmer in the air, as if the heat rising from the desert floor was distorting reality in a localized area. As she approached, the shimmer intensified, resolving into a swirling vortex of light, almost invisible against the bright desert sky unless you looked at it just right. Fear mixed with exhilaration coursed through her veins. This was it, the harmonic echo. But what was it? A portal? A cloaked structure? Pot. Hesitantly, Elara stepped closer. The air around the vortex crackled with energy, and the hum from the sphere reached a fever pitch. Suddenly, the sphere floated out of her hand, drawn towards the swirling light. It passed through the shimmering surface and disappeared. Panic seized her. Had she lost it? Was this a trap? But then, the vortex began to expand, the swirling light coalescing into a stable, translucent gateway, revealing a landscape unlike anything she had ever imagined. Towering crystalline structures pierced a sky filled with two moons. Strange, bioluminescent flora pulsed with soft light, illuminating the alien landscape. The air hummed with a resonant frequency that mirrored the sphere's vibration, amplified 1,000-fold. Taking a deep breath, Elara stepped through the gateway. The world on the other side was breathtakingly alien. The gravity felt slightly different, lighter. The air had a faint, metallic tang. Strange, insect-like creatures with iridescent wings flitted through the glowing flora. In the distance, she could see movement. Tall, slender figures that seemed to glide rather than walk. As she ventured further, a soft, melodic sound reached her ears, a chorus of chimes that seemed to harmonize with the planet's natural hum. It was beautiful, ethereal. Suddenly, one of the slender figures approached her. It was tall and graceful, its skin shimmering with a subtle iridescence. Its eyes were large and luminous, and it regarded Elara with an expression that seemed to hold both curiosity and gentle understanding. The being communicated not with words, but with images that formed in Elara's mind, visions of their world, their history, their connection to the stars. They were the ones who had sent the sphere, a beacon, a key to re-establishing a connection that had been lost for millennia. Elara learned that their civilization was ancient, far older than humanity. They were travelers of the cosmos, explorers of resonant frequencies and interdimensional pathways. Her grandmother, it turned out, had stumbled upon their ancient signals, her work on astrophysics unknowingly aligning with their understanding of the universe. The wooden box and the sphere were gifts, tools designed to help a receptive mind rediscover their existence. The constellation Elara had seen was their home star system. The wave symbol represented a harmonic resonance, a specific frequency that allowed for travel between their dimension and hers. The harmonic echo was not a place, but a state of resonance, a point of connection. The beings showed Elara their technology, their understanding of the universe, concepts that stretched her imagination to its limits. They explained that they had seeded life on many planets, including Earth, and that humanity was on the cusp of its own cosmic awakening. They communicated a sense of urgency. Their own dimension was facing a subtle but significant imbalance, a disruption in the harmonic frequencies that sustained their reality. They needed help, a connection to a world with a unique resonance that could help restore the balance. They believed that Elara, and by extension humanity, held a key to their salvation. As Elara spent more time in their world, her understanding of the universe expanded exponentially. She learned about the interconnectedness of all things, the subtle energies that flowed through the cosmos, and the power of resonant frequencies. The language barrier dissolved as they communicated through thought and shared understanding. The slender beings showed her how to use the sphere to manipulate these frequencies, to create pathways between dimensions. It was a delicate process, requiring focus and a deep understanding of the harmonic principles. The time came for Elara to make a choice. Would she stay in this wondrous alien world, learning their secrets? Or would she return to Earth, carrying the weight of this incredible knowledge and the responsibility of helping a dying civilization? She thought of her grandmother, her tireless research, her unwavering belief in something more. She thought of humanity, on the verge of either self-destruction or a leap into a cosmic future. The answer became clear. With the help of the alien beings, Elara reactivated the gateway. As she stepped back onto the dusty plateau of the Atacama Desert, the obsidian sphere floated back into her hand, its hum a familiar comfort. The translucent portal shimmered and then vanished, leaving no trace. Elara was no longer just a historian. She was a bridge between worlds, a guardian of a cosmic secret. Her journey had just begun. She had a story to tell, a truth to share, one that would challenge everything humanity thought it knew about its place in the universe. And she knew, with a certainty that resonated deep within her, that the Whispering Anomaly would soon echo across the world. This continuation brings the story to a satisfying, albeit open-ended, point, reaching approximately the desired character count. It introduces a new world, alien beings, and a significant purpose for Elara's discovery. This sets the stage for potential future installments, which could further explore the relationship between humans and the alien civilization, the nature of the cosmic imbalance, and how Elara might share her knowledge with the world. The narrative aims to be engaging and thought-provoking, suitable for an audience learning English through storytelling.